In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey everybody, good morning. Tell your friends weather's about to get a little busy around here. Looks like we're going to see some storms, yesterday we saw some storms. I think things could get a little more organized next week. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. It's good because we need the rain. Of course, we don't want any severe weather. Yeah, I'll talk about it all in a minute. Here's what we have on Toledo Bend. Light winds today. Looks like we're going to just see a little ripple out on the water here. Wind has been pretty light, apart from thunderstorms here recently. And man, those storms yesterday produced some gusty winds and even some hail. Had several reports of hail less than an inch in diameter. Looking out that direction, I had the camera pointing southwest to watch the storms yesterday, and there's nothing out there right now. So here's what we have looking at the radar close by. Just this one lone cell south of Holly Beach. That's the only thing within about 500 miles, so nothing out there this morning if you're traveling around. Yesterday, here is what we saw. We had some pretty hefty rainfall totals there down around Woodworth and over toward LeCount. Kinder had a severe thunderstorm warning out of that one. This one right here, like that's right there in the Kisatchie Wilderness. I wish that I could have been underneath that one because I'm thinking they had some hail larger than an inch in diameter, but nobody really lives out there. It's kind of between, Mora and, gosh, I forgot. I'm terrible. But, Mink. So it's out in that area, in between those two bustling metropolises. And if anyone did see hail, let me know because I'm always interested in storm reports. 75 degrees, Alexandria. 70s statewide except for New Orleans. They've got to be different with 83. And it looks like just a little light wind out there for today. So your future wind gusts, again, it's going to be tied to any sort of thunderstorm development here. And there you go. And I watched, it was really cool. Yesterday I pulled up I should have shared this, but I don't know. Sometimes I get nervous that I'm sharing too much, and then I realize, whoa, there's been no weather, so you should have. So it just looks like a pebble gets thrown in a pond when these storms pop up. And to look at the velocity data yesterday, it was really cool because it looked exactly like what I show you on that map. And we saw a lot of little downbursts and outflow coming off that for today. I don't think we're going to see as much. Lower coverage on the storms, low 90s for highs. And yes, there is a severe threat to our north, but today, it's not a severe threat, not something that the SPC even classifies, but is it possible to see a warning out of one of these storms and you have these crazy hot days and thunderstorms popping? Sure. By about 4 p.m., we could see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms firing up, less coverage than yesterday, and then tomorrow I think is less than today, so it's going to be close to dry. Maybe some high clouds overnight, but the big story is going to be what's coming in after this. So the GFS model is going to show you, and when I say the big story, I'm not saying this is going to be some crazy flood event or anything like that, but we go through the boring days here, and you get to around Tuesday, and you see thunderstorms firing up here, and actually, when I look at the severe parameters, I think there's going to be enough in place to where we'll have some sort of severe threat out of this, and that could linger into, possibly into Wednesday morning. You see this low pressure up to the north there. I'll just show you the spin, that kind of comma head there. It's pretty strong low pressure. You see it spinning off toward the northeast. And we'll have to see how the timing goes. We might have to adjust rain chances on Wednesday, but it looks like once we get past about Monday or Tuesday, we're going to see a pretty active pattern take hold, and we're going to see an active jet stream. And the good news is an active jet stream, even if it's, several hundred miles to our north, that's going to be knocking any tropical systems out to sea. So we have this one that might develop. I don't think it will. And we have Gabrielle, who I'm going to show you on satellite in just a second here. There is nothing going on. I mean, this thing looks terrible. I don't know where they're coming up with 50-mile-per-hour winds, but you can see it goes down to 45, so it's really going to have a rough go of it if it survives. If it does, it gets to more favorable conditions as it makes that hook out to sea well to the east of the United States seaboard, and it could become a Category 1, but let's just play find the system here. Where do you think it is right now? It's out here. But it's just, it's getting sheared. There's hardly any thunderstorm concentration around this. If it weren't already classified, they wouldn't be classifying this right now. That upper level system to the north, you can see that swirl. That's kind of tearing it off to the north. And I don't know if this one's going to make it. But that's enough time on something that's not going to impact us. You can see the rainfall totals creeping up if you've been following along. We went from nothing to a little bit to now we're getting a little more. I think by the time we get through Friday, which this only goes to Wednesday, I think we get a solid one 1 to 3 inches of rain. It's looking that way. Models are coming more on board. I could see us bumping rain chances on Wednesday, but for now, Monday and Tuesday, we'll see at least some scattered storms in the area, and then we could see another round of action after that. Daytime highs come back into the 80s with the additional cloud cover. Overnight lows upper 60s to near 70. We will stay above normal, but like I've been saying, end of September, early October, mid 80s and low 60s, those are your normals. So if you're above that, or your averages, if you're above that, it's not always terrible. And then we'll see at least some rain lingering again, like I said, in that 8 to 14 day time frame, especially early on. That's when I think we have a good chance to see some showers and storms. And now, Miss Linda, I talked to Shane about getting the camera back up. They've got to run like a new dedicated electric line, because I think it blew a fuse or something to their freezer. So we had it plugged into that. Something weird happened, but we're going to get it fixed. Hopefully within the next week, we'll have that one up and running, because yeah, it's nice. When you get them all plugged up and ready to go, you want to keep them. That's why I haven't put it on the website or the app yet. So once it gets fully permanently on, we will do that, and I'll be using it often, because I think, like yesterday, it would have been a cool view to see all those storms out there. All right, that's it for today. I will see you back here tomorrow. I don't foresee coming on for any sort of warnings today, but it looks like next week we may have a little severe threat out there. Nothing to change your life about, but just something to talk about. And I will have all the details on that. Kristen, you want to come say hi? I hear her, she's bustling around. All right, I'll, she's telling me, she wants me to move the broadcast to 9 a.m. I do 9:30. Might have to do it. I mean, I will have to do it, because she said to do it. So yeah, that's probably happening next week. I'll make a post about it if I do. All right, that's it. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great one.